Okay, let's talk about the third core of the four cores of leadership, and that is core capacity. Now, what core capacity has to do with is your ability to do the work, to dig deep when necessary. You know, if you're weak emotionally, if you're weak physically, if you're weak spiritually, you may not have the faith, the courage, the ability to believe and to keep pushing forward when things get tough. So we have to use this to its fullest capability. I mean, we have to have core capacity, or the possibility of success just will never come. And some of that, you know, when it comes to doing the work, it also has to do with finishing what you started. So when you start something, be sure to finish it, whether it be a job, whether it be a process. Let's get it done. Take the time, you know, use the core concentration that we learned to actually take the time, create some time blocks where we're actually working on the project until we finish it. You know, complete the task, complete what it is that we need to move our business forward. Dig deep when needed, I have written here, but energy. So it's always good to get a baseline of where you're at energy-wise. If you don't have the energy to, because your energy is what's going to help you push past these supposed breaking limits. You know, these limits that you have for yourself, that you get to a point where you just feel like you just can't keep doing it. You can't keep whatever it may be. You know, you're just exhausted. So where are you at? Where's the baseline of your energy right now, and how can we improve that? What do we need to do to improve that? It could be drinking more water. It could be exercising more. It could be eating healthier foods. It could be quitting smoking, or whatever it is, you know, stop drinking so much. Whatever the case, if you don't have the energy to do, the bottom line is every successful person out there has figured something out when it comes to energy. They have the energy to push past some of what used to be their limits, and that could be emotional. You know, even your ability to overcome emotions when it comes to making decisions and stuff, to leaving emotions off the table. If you don't have the energy, it's going to be hard to make good decisions, because when you're tired, you just can't think quite as clearly as you once could with some energy. So whatever your baseline is, let's start taking a few steps. We don't have to change everything. We don't have to start, you know, go get a membership to the gym, you know, start eating salads day and night. I mean, that's a recipe for failure. You can't change too many things at once. It becomes very difficult, because we're habitual people. You know, you have habits that you formed. You eat a certain way. You exercise a certain way. Maybe you do exercise, but you don't push yourself hard enough. Whatever the case, these are habits, and habits are really tough to break. So in order to break those habits, we have to have a little more energy to be able to fight against them when we have the urge to do something that we no longer want to do. Or when we have the urge to quit, when we know that if we just kept pushing, we would win. So, when you have more energy, you're able, the reason that you need more energy is to have the ability to handle uncertainty. You know, so this comes with your, not just energy, but just your capacity as a human being to be able to handle more stress, to be able to handle multiple things happening around you, to be able to handle two opposing sides of an argument. You know, if you've got an argument between coworkers, for instance, or you're having an argument with your wife about something, maybe because you're working too much. Well, you got to have the ability to be able to see her perspective and see and monitor your own as well. Or if it's two coworkers, you got to be able to see both sides. That has to do with your capacity, your ability. You can't just be one-sided and be a good leader. You'll have to at least recognize both sides in order to be able to make the right decision on whatever that may be that's going on. So the ability to be responsible for many things, you know, there's anytime you're running a business, there's so many things that you're responsible for that it can be overwhelming. And so we need to have the capacity to not get overwhelmed. And that all goes back to your energy. If you don't have the energy for it, you're going to be overwhelmed all the time. You're going to feel overwhelmed all the time. Anytime that you can increase your skills, it's going to increase the business. So whatever it is that you need, make sure to find out, go get it done, increase your capacity. This may increase in increments. It may not be something that just happens overnight. You know, it used to be scary to write, you know, a $10,000 check to somebody or a $20,000 check to somebody. But as the business has grown, my capacity to be able to handle giving away $20,000 to one of my suppliers, it's no big deal anymore. But there was a time where that would just make me so nervous and anxious about giving that money away. You know, whether I know that I owed it to the supply house anyways. That's not the point. It's just as the skills and the business skills have increased, and the business's ability to serve more people has increased, the bills have increased. So all I'm saying is that what used to feel uncomfortable is not uncomfortable anymore. I got used to it. That's how your core capacity is. We have to continually push the limits of our capacity, get comfortable with the uncomfortable, and that can help us move to the next level within our business. So these are things. This is number 3 on the list. This is the 3rd video. If you haven't caught the first 2, be sure to go back and watch these. Please subscribe to my channel, HVAC Millionaire, here on YouTube, and please check out the podcast, HVAC Uncensored. Gil and I are having a great time doing that, and we appreciate all your support, and thanks so much, guys. But subscribe to this video, and we'll see you on the next one. Boom, go make money.